Hello dear students, this is your chapter number 12, Loki Causes Trouble. Here we start with the chapter reading. One day, Sif, Thor's wife, fell asleep in their palace in Thunderworld. Loki, who was passing by, saw her and decided to do some mischief. Here, Thor, who is Thor, a warrior god in Norse mythology, he controls the thunder and lightning, wind and rain, and is also known for being a protector of human beings. So that means Thor, a god who controls the thunder and the lightning, wind and rain, and who is Sif, that Thor's wife, and she fell asleep in the palace in Thunderworld. Palace name is Thunderworld. Then Loki, who's Loki? Also a god who likes to play tricks on people. He's very clever and also has the power to change his appearance to look like other people and animals. It means that Loki is also a god and who just like to play tricks on people and also very clever and also have the power to change his appearance to look other people and the animal. And what he was doing, that he was just passing by and saw her. Her means Sif, Thor's wife, saw Sif and decided to some mischief. Mischief means that decided to play some trick. He cut off Sif's golden hair and carried it away. What he did, that he just cut off Sif's golden hair and carried it away with himself. When Sif woke up, she did not know who had done this to her. When she told Thor, he immediately guessed who was responsible for this cruelty. Then, after she woke up, she told all the things to her husband, and then immediately Thor knew that who is responsible for this cruel trick. He set off in a rage to look for Loki. Now he just wants Loki. When Thor found Loki, he nearly killed him, but Loki promised that he would ask the dwarves. Dwarves means short people, to make a crown of golden hairs for Sif. But Loki promised that wait, I just asked. I would ask the dwarves to make that particular crown of golden hair for Sif. So please don't kill me. Kill me. Then Loki lost no time but went far underground to the gloomy smithy of the dwarves. Now, by this incident, he just waste no time and then went far underground to the gloomy smithy of the dwarves. Gloomy smithy means, smithy is a place where things are made out of metal using great heat and a hammer, because he just want to make a crown, so he just go with the gloomy smithy. Smithy means a place of the dwarves where dwarves work there. These dwarves were known to be wonderful workers in gold and brass, and these dwarves are just absolutely wonderful workers in the specialty that is gold and brass. Then Loki said, "Make me a crown of golden hair that will grow like any other hair, and I will give you whatever you want for your work." Now Loki said to the dwarves that you have to make a golden crown and that will grow like the normal hairs, and now I will give you whatever you want for your work. I'll pay you or I'll give you. This line said by Loki. Then next, the busy little dwarfs were soon at their task. Now the dwarfs are just begin their work, or just start doing their work. In very little time, they had done all that Loki asked and more too. In addition to the shining hair, they gave Loki a spear and an amazing ship. Okay, then Loki only said one thing, that is of crown. And in meantime, in a very little time, they had done all the work that Loki asked. And in addition to they give Loki a spear. What is spear? A weapon which is a pole with a sharp, usually made of metal, point at one end. It is either thrown or held in the hand. That is spear, that is a weapon, and an amazing ship. So dwarfs give three things, that is a golden hair crown and a spear and an amazing ship. Loki went to the palace of the gods with three these treasures in his arms and began boasting of the wonderful things he had brought from the smithy. Now, after just taking all these things from the dwarfs, Loki just went to the palace of the gods and with these three treasures in his arms and began boasting, means shouting and like feeling proud of these wonderful things that he bought from the smithy, that is a place. Then he said, there is nobody like these dwarfs to work in metal. Then Loki said that dwarfs are absolutely fantastic and wonderful, and there is nobody like these dwarfs to work in metal. The other dwarfs cannot compare with them. It means those dwarfs which I know them, the other dwarfs cannot compare with them and cannot compete with them. All are like not as wonderful as my dwarfs. Now, it so happened that the dwarf Brok was standing by and he heard Loki's boasting. Now, by this whole scenario, here one more dwarf standing there and heard all these Lokis shouting. Then his brother Sindri was such an excellent workman that most of the dwarfs thought him the best in the world. Now that who is Sindri means that his brother Brok brother Sindri, then Brok think that my brother Sindri also was an excellent workman. Workman means a person who is very good in a particular job, and all dwarf also think that he is the best in the world. It made Brok so angry to hear Loki's boasting. He said, my brother Sindri can make more wonderful things of gold and iron and brass than those dwarfs can even think of. Now he said, ki, how dare you just talk like that, ki nobody compare with them and cannot compete with them. Yes, my brother Sindri is best in the world and he can also make wonderful things of gold, iron and brass than those of dwarfs you can even think of. Then Loki laughed loud and long. By hearing this thing or this line from the Brok, Loki laughed loud and long. Go to your wonderful brother, he said, and tell him, if he can make three such precious things as the spear, at the ship and the golden hair, he shall have my head for his trouble. Now he said, means Loki said to Brok, yes, go to Sindri, go to your wonderful brother and tell him that he can make three such precious things as the spear, that a weapon, the amazing ship and the golden hair. And if he make all these things wonderfully, then he shall have my head for his trouble. Brok went straight to Sindri and told him of the wager he had made with Loki. Then Brok just directly go to his brother Sindri and told him of the wager. Wager means that is a bet. They just took a bet, so told him about the bet that he made with the Loki. Then soon Sindri was hard at work in his smithy. Now same smithy is a place where things are made out. So soon Sindri just started to work. When all was ready, Sindri took the bellows, put it into the furnace with some gold and went out of the smithy after telling Brok to blow the bellows until his return. Now, when all things are ready, Sindri took the bellows. Bellows means a device with an hair bag that is used for blowing air into a fire. So that is a device that used to blowing air into a fire, and put it into the furnace with some gold and went out of the smithy. That means from a place where things are made, वहाँ से वो बाहर चला गया after telling Brooke to blow the bellows until his return and keep blowing until my return. Brooke kept working steadily, and he also just doing completely with a full concentration and without pause. Although then suddenly a gadfly flew in. Gadfly means a large fly that bites cows and horses to drink their blood. That is a fly flew in, just come in the smithy and stung him. Him means that is Brooke, and stung him so hard that he could hardly bear the pain. So the gadfly come into the smithy and stung the Brooke, and by that reason he could hardly bear the pain. After a while, Sindri came back and took a wonderful boar and his shining ring out of the furnace. And after a few moments later, Sindri again came back and took a wonderful boar and the shining ring out of the furnace. Then Sindri put iron into the fire and telling Brooke to blow without ceasing. Again to blow without ceasing. Without ceasing means without stopping, and again went out. As soon as he had left, again the gadfly flew in and settling between Brooke's eyes means stung between Brooke's eyes, stung him so sharply that drops of blood ran down into his eyes, and the pain was so bad that at last he raised his hand quickly to brush the fly away. That very instant Sindri returned, and by just seeing that scenario, Sindri just returned. And then he said, "You have almost spoiled it, as it took a wonderful hammer out of the glowing furnace, because you just stopped doing blowing and you just spoiled all the things, as he took a wonderful hammer out of the glowing furnace. See how short you have made the handle, but you can't lengthen it now. So carry the gifts to the gods and bring me Loki's head." Now he just made all the three things that he told, or according to the bet, and said, "Now bring me Loki's head." Brooke started off with the golden boar, the shining ring, and the terrible hammer. Now three things Sindri made. When he entered the palace of the gods, he saw that the gods also were waiting. Taking their seats on their shining thrones, they chose Odin, Thor, and Freya to judge between Loki and Brooke. Now the other gods are also there, and they have to choose between Loki and Brooke. And the other god name is Odin, Thor, and Freya. Odin is a chief of the Norse god, and he's a god of war, death, wisdom, and poetry. Thor is his eldest son, and Freya, she is one of the most important Norse god. She is the god of love, beauty, war, and death. So there all gods are waiting, and they have to decide between Loki and Brooke that who won the bet. Then Loki brought out a spear which never misses its mark and gave it to Odin. Now the both have three things. First, Loki just brought out spear, that is a weapon, and he said that he never misses its mark. Mark means target, and this thing he gave to Odin. Then he gave the golden hair to Thor, who placed it on Sif's hand. Straight away it began to grow like an ant, any other hair. And then the next thing he gave golden hair to Thor, to his wife Sif's, and who placed at Sif's hand, and just like normal hair they grow like that. Then to Freya, last thing, he gave a marvelous ship which always found a breeze to drive it wherever its master would go, and which could be folded up and carried in one's pocket. Now the third thing he gave to Freya, and that is a wonderful bridge, and it is also folded and carried in one's pocket. Then Loki laughed scornfully, and by giving all these three things to God, Odin, Thor, and Freya, Loki laughed scornfully. Scornfully means in a way that shows disgust and no respect. That kind of laugh he just did. Then bring out the trinkets which that wonderful brother of yours has made, he said. Means Loki said to whom? Loki said to Sindh that broke, that bring out the trinkets. Trinkets means small ornaments or the bits of jewelry that are not valuable of, which your brother made of yours. Just bring out. Then Brok came forward and stood before the gods with his treasures. First thing, this ring, he said. Means Brok said, handing it to Odin. Odin, the first thing he gave to Odin, on every ninth night will create 8 other rings as pure and heavy as itself. Now what is the ring did? That on every ninth night, that ring will create other 8 rings as pure and heavy as itself. Then this boar, he said. Now the next thing is boar, giving it to a Freya. Boar is an animal, and then he gave that to Freya. That is, will run more quickly in the air and on the sea by night or by day than the swiftest horse. That is the quality of a boar. No night will be so dark, no world so gloomy. Gloomy means sad. And that the shining of these bristles shall not make it as bright as day. And this hammer, he said. Now the last thing, hammer to the Thor, and the quality of that hammer is, no night will be so dark, no world so gloomy, that the shining of these bristles shall not make it as bright as day. And this hammer, he said, playing it in Thor's hand, shall never fail, no matter how big nor how hard that which it smites may be. Means that hammer, the thing, when you hit that anything that is big or small, never fail you, and no matter how far it is thrown, it will always return to your hand. And that's the quality. If you just thrown it far and then again he will return to you in your hand, you may make it so small that it can be hidden in your bosom, and you can also just make it so small so you can just hidden in your clothes, under the clothes also. And its only fault is the shortness of its handle. Only the thing that is fault in that is the handle is very short. Thor swung it round his head, and lightning flashed through palace, and deep peals of thunder rolled through the sky. Now all the three things they all gave to God. Now the Thor swung it around his head, and lightning flashed through the whole palace, and deep peals of thunder, means thunder, lightning are also rolled through the sky. The gods gathered around and passed the hammer from one to the another, saying that it would be the greatest protection against their enemies. They declared that Brok had won the wager. That means bet. Now here Brok won the bet. Now Brok was delighted to have beaten the boastful Loki, but how was he to claim his prize? Because the bet is like that he has to give his head. Now Brok thought a moment. I will take Loki's head, he said finally. Well then, take it, shouted Loki. Then here Loki also shouted, yes, okay. Then take it. You may cut off my hand, but you have no right to touch my neck. Now because he is very cunning and smart, so he said that you may cut off my head, but you have no right to touch my neck. That was true, and of course the head could not be taken off without touching the neck. So Brok had to give up and return to his brother. The gods were grateful to Loki. Though he had played some tricks and caused troubles, he had made up for it by bringing them many wonderful gifts, including the most amazing gift of all, Thor's mighty hammer. Thor's hammer was magic, and it could bring peace to the world. So that is the chapter here. That bet between the Loki and the Brok, and Brok won the wager, and the god just received all the three gifts, and by these things that Thor's mighty hammer is there, and that could bring the peace to the world. Thank you everyone.